Welcome to the CUSP, the Connecting Unknown Streamers podcast. We're going to be bringing you an up-and-coming streamer each week to use us as their ride to the next level. The least we can do is try to build a community and get some laughs out of it. I'm Influence, and in this mystery machine of ours, I am Shaggy.
And I'm Scoob. What's going on, fellas? Today we have Mr. Truebeard. And as a special guest for being the top dog of the first month winner, we have Sir TL. Fellas, how y'all doing today?
Doing great, man.
Yeah,
Doing
just
really
glad to be
Glad to be back. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Again, with today, we're going to obviously still focus on Mr. Truebeard. TL will be a wonderful host of ours as well. So he gets to ask all the great important questions along with Sir True and try to get his opinion on everything as well. But Truebeard, thank you for getting this in. We had to make some time for you before your schedule goes to shit. And definitely happy to have you on, man.
No, dude, I'm pumped. Like I was telling you guys earlier, like I'm been told by multiple people, and I know RD told me about this as well. But I've had multiple friends tell me about this, so super excited. I'm pumped.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Yeah, like I said, happy to definitely have you on. First and foremost, for the truest of all beards, I mean, you got a lot of competition out there. There's people who have beards left and right for you.
Oh yeah.
Where'd the wonderful True Beard name come from, man?
So my nickname, my last name, my full name is just Tyler Truckio, and throughout high school sports, my last name, or my nickname was just like True Joe. I don't know, it was just the shortened last name. So I always had True in nicknames and whatnot, and then one day I was in a photo shoot with my flower beard, which is on my Twitch, and I don't know why it just kind of stuck. And sadly, I don't like the two U's in it, but there's nothing I can do because someone's already taken it. But it just kind of stuck, and I actually like it, and honestly, I've thought about changing it up a couple times, but everyone just knows me as Truebeard, so there's no getting away from it now.
Hey, that's a good time, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sir True.
Yeah.
The double U's.
I feel like beards are kind of the thing right now, though. Like, mustaches are great, and when you see a really nice one, you can appreciate it, but beards are everywhere.
So what
fuck you, guy.
What happens to us guys that can't grow one, man?
Facts, TL, facts. Fuck you.
Am I the only one with a beard?
No.
Okay,
No, he can grow a fucking beard stash,
Listen.
whatever the fuck he wants.
Listen, if you can't grow a beard, don't hate us that can.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
So,
and here's the thing, too.
It's
I'm
2-2,
bald, so
man. It's
I'm-
2-2.
So
Yeah,
what
he's
he's
bald.
saying is, if you got it, you got it.
Pretty much.
you can't hate on him. He's bald, and you got hair
Yeah.
longer than a lot of people. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very, very true. I mean, I am blessed. I do have the long hair. Other than that, unfortunately, it's all y'all. You guys got the truest of all the beards.
So TL, if you could really grow, would you let it completely grow out for you? Like, if you had the ability to do it, how long do you think you would want it to be?
Oh, long, like length?
Are you just talking like wanting a nice thick one that's just enough to see, or are you talking like just the curly mustache?
Nah,
We're still talking
man,
about
if
beards here, right?
Yeah, of course.
Just want to make sure.
Nah, if I really could, I would. Like, if I could grow a beard, I would give it a shot.
Mhm.
I've got like the little soul patch, and that's about as much as I could probably go for. But if I could truly grow one out, I'd probably keep it around your length, like just underneath, like, or just chest, I guess. Like, I would try. I wouldn't go like lumberjack, like full down all the way, but or some of those hardcore biker dudes. But no, I would definitely give it a try if I could. But there's no point.
Yeah.
so I got a question. Since you got long ass dreads, bro, if you could grow a beard, would you dread that motherfucker out long as shit?
That's a good question. Because I've seen some people braiding it, and it is weird.
Like, we talking Valhalla style? Is that what I'm going for? Viking look?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, you got long ass dreads on your head. Why not like dread the whole beard and mustache?
Just dread
style?
everything. Dread your pubes while you're at it, buddy.
Exactly. Said this man's got 3 damn dicks down there. What the fuck is going on? Rest his hair. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I honestly, man, I'd even keep it short. I wouldn't even go extra beard with it.
Dude,
Like,
it's annoying. It's annoying. Yeah, but
yeah.
a long beard. So on the same topic of going back to your dreads, have you ever had somebody jokingly either like cut your hair or do anything? Because I've seen some people like punch people in the face for that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, I beat a bitch ass. Yeah,
Okay.
I have no problem hitting people.
Yeah.
None, 0
Good.
problems. Yeah, so if people are threatening my hair, that's kin, that's child, that's
Pretty much.
blood right there.
Yeah.
So feel free to be able to take that beating.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming from the man that once grabbed somebody and cut his hair.
That's true.
What?
You didn't have to tell that story, bro.
No, what happened? You once cut someone's hair?
Yes.
Remember, True? I told you I've known him since 5th grade.
So how old were you guys and what happened?
5th grade.
I was a nice child back then. No, this kid was talking shit, man. Yeah.
What was his name?
Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I really wish I knew.
Okay.
I'd say his first name.
We'll just call him Jacob. I don't know.
Yeah, Jeffrey, fucking whatever.
Jeffrey, yeah.
All right, JJ,
Some
if you're
bitch
out
ass
there,
name.
yeah, some bitch ass. For all the Jacobs, right? For all the Jacobs.
Yeah, sorry, Jacobs or Jeffries.
Yeah, Jeffrey's out there. Sorry. But yeah, so Jeffrey here was talking shit. He was talking shit to me, Influ, and another guy of ours. And I was like, bro, if you keep talking shit, I am going to cut your hair right here, man. Like, shut up. Stop talking. And he'd be like, kept rambling. I was like, yo, shh, hush, hush, hush. Shut up.
I could just see
Hush.
you do that.
Be quiet.
Man.
And he kept going. So we're in home ec. When home ec was a thing, took these nice big ass pair of scissors,
Yeah.
grabbed him by the hair, cut a whole nice little chunk, threw it at him, and was like, will you shut up now? He didn't say another fucking word after that. And I was like, thank goodness. That's what it took.
Yeah.
I told him to be quiet. He wouldn't be quiet. Now he's got a lot of hair less. And he's good, though. He shut up.
Hey, but he came back with a nice haircut.
He did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he did. Yeah,
How
when he
long
was
was
going
his hair,
bald, regular length.
Okay,
Imagine
it's a classic
explaining that
dude.
to
It
him.
wasn't like your dread length now. Or...
Oh, hell no.
Okay,
No.
because that would have been even better. You just cut like 20 inches off or something.
No.
Oh,
What
that's
was
Gator
so
Boy.
bad about it though? Like I cut him bare, man. Like, and I picked the middle of his head, so right where a nice little hawk would be, I just cut all that shit completely down to the scalp. Like he had
So
it coming.
fucked.
Yeah. So it is what it is. He didn't snitch, and Jeffrey out there, he got what he came. Just wouldn't shut the fuck up, man.
We'll call him Joffrey.
Joffrey. Good old Joffrey. Man, yeah. It is what it is, though.
Yeah.
But, bro, since any one of y'all little fellas got a nice little had to tell a motherfucker to shut up type of story, let's hear it, T.L.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So recap from last episode or whatever that I was on. I was born in Puerto Rico, and so I was the only blonde hair, blue eyed looking kid in the entire school, pretty much.
Touche.
So what would happen is I got bullied a ton because I didn't look like everyone else, right? So very reverse psychology of what's happening today, but not to get into that. We were going out into the right after lunch. Lunch was sort of like brought out with our lunch was not a lunch time. It was more of a lunch period So after lunch, we could go do whatever the hell we wanted. We could go to the library. We could go play some soccer. We could play whatever. So most of the time, us boys needed to get some energy out, and so we'd all eat lunch in 5 minutes and scarf it down, and then go play soccer for like the rest of the 35. So this one dude, I wasn't the tallest guy, still am not, but I was probably about 5 foot. This guy was 4'4", no joke, just small as shit back in 5th grade. Same thing, right? 5th or 4th grade. Yeah, it's always the small kids with the large mouth.
Yeah.
So I absolutely wrecked him, like by whatever move I did, and he kept getting pissed off, and then I did something again, and he said something like pretty bad, but I can't remember because of just the fury and rage that I had. So I picked him up, like classic like school movie where you pin him up against the lockers or something. But since we were outside in like a enclosed off like basketball court, I literally two-handed him, put him up against the fence, and cocked back. And I said, "Say something like that again," and I was like, "I will do something." Swear to God, never been in a fight like as close as that. And yeah, that was probably that one time where I had enough of a kid and I had to do something to defend myself. So.
Facts. Shut them down, man. Shut them down.
Did he ever bite you again?
No, not really. No. He got better at soccer though.
So I'll teach you, bitch. I'll teach you.
Shit.
Get my foot game right. What about you, Drew? You got any good old story to think about?
Honestly, no. Like I always, like every girl I ever messed with, dated, or whatever you want to call it through like high school was just like they put me in a category of being like super athletic because I was in varsity in every sport. Now, by all means, I'm from Wyoming. We don't have like grade A athletes, so I was not crazy good, but I was good enough to be awesome in Wyoming. But I was always a nerd and an athlete, so I was on the good sides with everybody. So if you were nerdy and emo, like we were friends. If you're athletic and a jock, we were also friends. So I never had a problem with anybody. And I think that's why, like, I'm just full circle back to like Twitch. That's why like I have so many like weird and really close relationships on Twitch because I get along with a lot of people. Like it takes a lot for me not to be able to have a conversation with somebody,
Right.
or talk my way out of not a bad situation, but I can usually mend a situation if something gets like salty.
I feel that. I definitely feel that.
Yeah. Nope. I've never, knock on wood, never had to be in a fight, an altercation. I never had a situation like that.
Tomorrow will be his.
Yeah.
Watch. He gonna be like,
I knock on wood, but man,
fellas, what the fuck happened?
Thing that happens. But no.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
That's not bad, man. That's not too bad at all.
No. Yeah.
Bro, I got a question for you though.
I got a story.
Oh, you do? What story you got?
Oh yeah, we're not missing out on this guy.
So, your last game show, right? I was playing, and this dude came in there. He was like, "Yo, Influ, you about to get your cheeks clapped." Then I started answering these Harry Potter questions back to back to back, and he disappeared. So,
you want to know what's so bad about that story, True? You want to know what's so bad about that story?
It's fucking me.
He knew it too.
Oh shit, that's so good. Oh, that is so good.
All the things to start a Russo about. I love it.
Oh man, that's so good. That's true. He definitely did. Was like, hey, I'm about to beat these cheeks. And he was like, yo, my mom needed some shit, man.
I mean, dead ass. That's exactly what happened. Like, I tell you guys, like, and I tell my viewers, like, the reason why I stream is at night is because, like, I have no one interrupting me. That's why doing the pod at night, doing everything at night is so much better for me. It helps that I'm a night owl, but like throughout the day, man, I got shit to do, like, you know, and stuff like that. So that's why I tend to miss Blue's game shows a lot. But I'm like, fuck me, I talk all this shit and then I literally leave. I knew I was getting my cheeks clapped as soon as I was
shit.
you're pretty quiet over there.
It was such a fucking good time. Such a good time. Man. Well, bro, what else we got for a daily question, man?
Yeah, I love it because you don't know the daily question and
I
all
don't.
that just tied into it.
Oh, perfect.
So the daily question is, if you could do something mischievous without anyone ever finding out, what would it be?
Ooh.
That's scary, dude. You could do a lot of shit.
Man,
Let's start off with True. True,
if I could
go
get
ahead.
away with anything, essentially,
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
I don't know why the first thing that came to mind was rob a bank. I don't know why, but
That's a
honestly,
classic. That's a
I mean, like,
classic.
yeah, but that's too common. Like, I'm trying to think of something that'd be mischievous and like, oh my god, I didn't think about that. But honestly, like, money's always good. Um, God, I don't even know. Like, Tia, what would you say, or would you
Okay.
say the same thing?
On your level, if I could get away with it, I know, like jackpots and lotteries are very random, but if you could
Oh, shit.
know, if you like, this is the same way on your level. I was thinking more. I was thinking, do I gotta kill anyone? Like, do I know anyone? But thankfully there was no one. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you could, if there's some way you could like maybe because they usually like bingo, right? You've got like the turn, with all the ping pong balls in it, and then that's how they
Mhm.
choose the lottery numbers. If you could go in there and change them all to like
Your ticket.
be a certain number, and you just go, yeah, my numbers were 7, 25, 32, and 48 or whatever, and you're like, oh my god, I won, and then you, because you're limited to a bank. The bank, if you rob like a mad bank, you could maybe, I think like the average amount for like a smaller bank is like a couple 100,000. You could probably get a couple thousand out of registers and stuff. But if you go rob like the jackpot, like millionaires, like that, you're set for life and plus. So
That's true.
It's true.
That's true. That's true.
I thought you guys were going to go much worse than that.
Dude,
Much,
like,
much worse.
like, what would you say? Like, set this level up for me.
Oh no. All my shit's always dirty. I don't. Honestly, if I could get away with it, I just figured I'd be like, hey, I'm about to steal somebody's girl right from under them. No. Said, which celebrity crush do you have? She's like, well, she's mine for the night. She's mine for the night. No, I don't know. If I could get away with some shit, what would it be?
Like, I gotta stick with my money though. That's honestly like that stuff is
Yeah,
that's the
like
one thing.
if you could be a billionaire and no one know, that'd be a
Mhm.
beautiful time.
Yeah.
See
how
who,
about something related to Twitch? You go in there, grab like Tyler One or something, grab his Twitch channel, then just host your channel.
the whole rip.
Yeah. Or like grab like, I don't even know, dude, like XQC's like just fan base and like accidentally raid yourself,
Accidentally.
What if, like, okay, if we're sticking to Twitch, I would find a way so I would take every single raid party for, let's just say, a day. That's going to be well, even like something like Tim the Tapman's. I've been watching him and his Fall Guy stuff, which are fucking hilarious.
32 to 85K
Yeah.
people watching this man.
Yeah. I think it was yesterday. He got his ass kicked because and then he had to end his stream because he's moving right now. And then he rated this chick with 65,000 people watching, and I think she had 1,000 followers. So she's big, but I mean, like, nothing crazy. But she was just like, "What the hell am I gonna do with 60,000 people watching me? I don't know if I can handle that."
Shit, yeah, bruh, you better handle it.
But how different?
Show cleavage.
Yeah.
No, I'd shit myself. I agree with True. I'd literally shit myself if like.
Well, yeah, you'd have to keep chill. You'd have to keep chill as hell, but like mentally, like my chat box would go insane.
How do you do that?
Like,
hey, thanks for the raid, guy.
You know what I'm saying? Like you'd be like, thanks, Tim the Tapman for
65.
Pardon me.
65K.
Hey, someone get him get him a shout out to Tim the Tapman.
Like, you could act professionally and be like, yeah, nonchalant about it, or do you think you'd be like, have a good 30 seconds of like, holy fucking shit? Could you handle it chill or not?
Your response better be, well, this is the second biggest raid I've had.
Oh my god. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Oh man, you immediately were like follow. That's too fucking funny. Follow. Yeah.
But the payday on that would be crazy, I bet.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, if somebody fucking hit sub and hit 100 motherfuckers with a sub or some shit, beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good time though.
Yeah, and not to keep changing the subject, but like I watch these big streamers, and just to stay on like Tim, he's just like there's always an abundance of whatever's he's getting subs every 2 seconds. Like just I watch that just at YouTube videos, and I'm like, this is nonstop every single time, and like every 2 minutes there's like $100 donation or like a $500 donation. It just blows my mind.
I mean, when people have the money plus,
yeah,
I don't. For him, basically the way he initially was like, yo, until I get a win, I don't fucking like. I am about to struggle through.
Yep.
But the second that he did, everybody and their mama supported it.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Yeah, because I think I was watching his streams when he hit like 140,000 people watching him when he still didn't get it yet.
Right.
And it was just he was averaging, I think, for like 3 days straight, 110, 120,000 people watching him.
Yeah.
Playing Fall Guys. Like Fall Guys advertisements have to be like, we can just let Tim do our job today.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's pretty impressive.
It is. It's so
on
crazy.
the topic of like random, like guys just getting sub after sub, and the topic of Fall Guys. There was a guy that I was watching literally who was like, yeah, I've never won a Fall Guys thing, but it was like his second day playing. I was like, all right, dude, like, I think I won on my first day or like second day. I don't think it's that hard to win on Fall Guys. I know it might be challenging for other people, but someone was like, oh yeah, I'll donate $400. And he said, I'll donate $400 and I'll put up 100 subs. And someone was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll put up 100 subs too. I'm like,
my God.
how do these guys just run wet in their whole fucking jeans all the time? Because like I'm running dry all the time. So, but literally, his first ever win, $400 donation, plus the fucking 200 subs times 5.
Yeah,
so
bro.
Like that is ridiculous. And he was just like he's a pretty like known streamer, but at the same time he's not even putting up into the K's yet. Like he's not in the thousands, he's not in the tens of thousands. Like I know like I said, Truebeard, you Tim the Tab Man, all these like other big ass guys, Pokimane, all these big people, they're one after another, and all those Twitch streamers make so much money like every day.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous. I cannot wait for the day that something like that happens, but at the same time I've always known that I'm not going into streaming for money. I'm going in because I like the games and stuff. Same. But that is, I just don't understand how some people are like, yep, 100 subs, that's $500. So like between themselves, I was like, holy crap.
Well, I mean, just to let y'all know, I don't have a win in Fall Guys either. So
yeah, dude, same. Crashing on us,
right?
I got one on my second day.
Nice. It's fun. It's really fun.
It is,
bro. Hit us with a headline.
A headline. All right. It's headline time. So the headline for today is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War release date revealed for November 13th.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
That's not far away.
It's not.
No.
And it'll so fast.
Yes, true facts. Yeah. It also said quite a few different things. Cross-gen, cross-plat. So you can do cross-play with just like Warzone is now.
Yeah.
But you can also do cross-gen consoles. So these new gen consoles, it's going to release all at the same time too.
Yeah.
So now with new 5s, new Series X's, and playing with the old 4s and old Xboxes, my only thing is, obviously hardware makes a huge improvement to the
Mhm.
people. Do you think that they're going to slow down their particular performance to be able to match everyone on the same level?
Mm.
Because think about it. If somebody's playing on a PC now and PC versus console players, the PC person has the advantage. Period. Point blank. I mean,
Yeah.
if they got a higher end PC, then they have a higher end advantage. Now, if you take that same PC, turn it to a console, now you have the new PS5 and Series X, and you still are versing a 4 or a Xbox player. How fair is that going to be in lobby?
It just won't.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I'm
like,
interested.
well, like the reason I say that is like when I play against like people on Apex, I can sometimes it'll tell you if they're using PlayStation 4 because to my knowledge, PlayStation is the only game that you can cross-platform with Apex. Long story short, I feel like I have so much more mobility just because I have a PC. Like every other game you play. As soon as there's
Facts.
cross-platform, I play a console player. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, but this is easy.
Yeah.
It's so much slower. And of course, there's those badasses too that can wreck you when they're pro players. But no, well, and like to answer your other question too, there's no way PlayStation or Sony's gonna be like, hey, you know what? Let's lower our graphics just so Xbox can keep up with us. There's no way that's ever gonna happen. I wouldn't.
No, no, I don't think that'll. I mean, because again, from 30 frames to 60 to 80 plus frames,
Yeah.
that's a huge jump. I mean,
Hmm.
just your console just can't handle the extra shit that's coming at it. So for these new, console kids versus current PC kids, I think that'll be obviously more of an even platform because they're running on the same shit.
Hmm.
But if you're still playing, this gen or this current gen's console versus all this new shit coming out, you're about to be left in the fucking dust.
Yep. I see what you mean by that. Then I do.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that feels like Xbox is just gonna get shit on?
No.
Okay, good.
um
Okay,
my
good.
my personal opinion on the actual box itself
Yeah.
is because people, I mean, PC Master Race, right?
Hmm.
That's what everyone says, PC
Yeah.
Master Race. Now that Xbox games are available on 98% of the PC titles, like,
Hmm.
hey, what the fuck? Why would I
Yep.
purchase a
There's nothing
500,
special.
600 damn dollar console that
Then
I
I can play
can
Halo on.
play exactly on my fucking PC
Yeah.
and be able to do just as much, if not more? Like, what's the point? Because you also have to think, for the many PC players who also have, everything PC relatable, then why spend extra money that doesn't need to be spent?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me personally, like console versus console, I don't think Xbox has a chance in a flying fucking hell. The subscription based content that they have, I think that's brilliant. And I think that will be its best market. But exclusive wise, I think PS4 is always going to be that guy.
I think they
E-
always have that too.
yeah, especially with fucking Halo being delayed and not
Yeah.
a console exclusive now. I
Hmm.
mean, they would have had to get Fable in and make that a console exclusive for them to actually be able to sell the box.
And they fucked up.
Yeah.
So I get a question. So Call of Duty's dropping on November 13th. Xbox announced that they're launching their system in November.
Yep.
Anyone think the PS5's coming November 13th with it?
Yeah. Yeah. As I said, all of it's going to be because in the little shit, if you, anyone who watched it or was paying real close attention, they were saying, yes, it's going to be uh, console, next gen console ready. So
Right.
9 out
But
of 10 is going to be
do you
a
think
couple
the
days before.
PS5 itself is going to drop on November 13th?
No, I think it'll be a week before.
Think so?
Same.
Yep. I think it'll be a week
Mm.
before, within that same week.
Yep. I agree.
Yep. You're here first, week before.
I hope so.
Yeah, I do too.
I have probably not picked up a PlayStation or an Xbox controller since I've had a PC, which has probably been 4 years. Outside like Mortal Kombat and like nights where I'm just drinking and having fun times with friends, like I think I've only played a PC. Like I was telling my brother, he was trying to get me to get a PlayStation, and I'm just like, why? I was like, and he was like, yeah, but you're missing like Spider-Man. He's like, yeah, you're right. And like Bloodborne, like those are the ones exclusives where I'm just like, fuck, I want to have a PlayStation just for those games.
Yeah.
But that's about it, and I can't wait for it to see what the new one's going to come out with. But I just PC Master Race, and there's nothing really that is changing me or deterring me from changing my mind at all.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what new gen games and exclusive games are coming. Because again, Halo would have sold consoles. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Absolutely. But because it's now delayed and they don't have Fable ready, I mean, Fable would have been the only other, old school game to be able to sell full consoles.
Or even like a Gears of War, but we haven't heard anything. I don't think they're coming out with a new game.
They're not this year.
Yeah.
And their last game wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about it, but
yeah, the last game wasn't trash, but they just don't have a big title to be able to sell a whole console. And if anyone really paid attention to Xbox's, when they release a new gen console, they re-release a new Halo.
Yep.
Regardless of what gen, like they've said what they've done with Halo 4, 5, 6 times now. Hey, we're done with the series. We're gonna figure something else out.
And then they're like, bought by a different company.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we got a new console. We got to bring this fucking this damn game back. Till people shit on it. Then like, fuck.
Master Chief feels like Brett Favre.
Facts.
I just want to fucking retire, man.
Right. With a grappling hook.
Yes.
Now, Sir Truebeard.
What's up?
Question for you, sir. If no one has ever been to your wonderful stream, what would you say a normal day streaming would look like for you?
Honestly, the biggest thing I try to push for is like just ask people how their day's going. So like even when I'm playing video games, like I don't have, sadly, and I hate giving this, I say this all the time, but I don't have the time to stream as much as I want to. One, because I don't have a schedule I think that's going to benefit me or the people watching me. But anytime I am streaming and someone pops in, even if it's someone I don't know, I'm going to do everything that I can to kind of figure out who they are, when they stop by, how their day worked. So I try to be as interactive as I possibly can be. And that's really the biggest thing. Like I think I play, the video games are like the number 2, but like I hate calling them like the audience, but that's the best word for it. Like the audience is obviously the number 1.
Yeah.
And I think that was something that I told TL too. Like when I was stopping by his stream when he was just starting, I think I told him multiple times. It's like, dude, be as interactive as you can. And here's the thing I'm going to tell TL to give him some props. Like the second I stop in his chat, I think he looks at his chat probably like every 10 seconds. So there isn't 10 seconds that goes by without me saying, hey friend. I usually start every conversation with hey friend on a stream. He's like, oh, hey, True, how you been? And it's just as interactive, as inclusive, and I'm like, I know he's paying attention to me. I do the exact same thing with mine, and I love that. That's the biggest thing I think that helps a lot of people out.
I agree. I agree. There's it's still common, and I don't understand how people do this, but when you're streaming and you have an audience, 1, 2, 3, 4, even if it's a small audience, 4 people total in there, and they're talking to you, and you're not paying attention to your chat.
It pisses me off.
It pisses me clean off, man.
I leave.
Yeah, why would you stay? There's literally no reason to stay. It's like, hey, I'm gonna ask you something. All right, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 2 minutes go by. bro, I'm gonna ask you one last time.
See, I don't even give that.
Yeah, it's not even worth it at that point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, all right, well, hope you have a fucking good day.
Yeah. Well, and I'll even I'll go even as to carry on what I was saying earlier. Like I'll go as far as saying if I see, let's say I'm just starting my stream and I see, oh, I have one person viewing me on like Streamlabs or something or whatever, um, OBS. I'll be like, hey, if you guys don't mind, who's in the chat? And I'll be looking for a name. So like
Right.
I try to be as inclusive as I possibly can because you're right. I stop in streams and I'll even I'll do the @ sign and their name.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, let's say we talked about something last week, or let's say this is a new stream that I've never been to. If 30 seconds goes by, I'm gone. And
Yeah.
they don't, yeah, and I hate sounding like preppy bitch or anything about that, but I'm like, you kind of got to sell yourself in every single stream, which sounds like a lot, but honestly, that's if I'm going to follow you and sub to you, if I'm going to give you my money and my time, I'm sorry, but yeah, like I hate saying acknowledgement is nice, but it is, especially when it's your money on the line.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I read a
So,
really good article that said,
Was this about Twitch or was it about just something in general?
just in general about viewer retention and how to gain followers and whatever else, because being a part of that Twitch community, I do my research and I know other people, sometimes we catch this or how to become better and whatever else. I actually read a really good article that said you have about anywhere from 10 seconds to 30 seconds to catch the viewer. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. As soon as they pop in, you either have to, or not you have to, but you have to either acknowledge, you either have to do something that gains their attraction to you, or just you have to retain. Like that's how to grow viewers and how to grow not only viewership or followers, but viewers. Like there's the difference between those, right? Because I know followers is a number, but how many viewers do you have always coming back? Regular people who are like, yeah, I want to hang out with Truebeard, I want to hang out with TL, I want to hang out with Blue, stuff like that, right? So if you have someone new that comes in and they're not making the first approach to say hi, or even if they do, what do you do to be like, to say hi back? Like Truebeard said, right? You want to say hi, hi, whatever. You want to acknowledge them. Like there are certain things that people don't do on a regular basis, which I feel like if True came up to me in to real life and said hi, I'm not gonna sit there for 2 minutes and not acknowledge.
Exactly.
It's a
I
human
need to see that. I
That's
need to see
that's
that
such
happen.
an easy, convenient example, but it
human.
makes 100% sense.
Yeah,
It's just
absolutely.
human interaction. That's all it is. Hi, how are you? You're not gonna sit there for 2 minutes. You go, hi, how are you back? It's crazy to me.
Well,
Said, not true.
I think TL, there's a buddy that started with me, and I think he moved over to you, but his name was Popcorn Maker. Does it ring a bell?
Yeah.
So he came into my stream, and he was someone that I've never even heard of. I don't think I did a Reddit post or Twitch or anything. I think this guy just randomly popped into my channel. And I see he's just a random hey or a hi. And I think I saw his message pretty quickly, and I was just like, hey, Popcorn Maker, I don't think I've seen you in my channel before. How did you find out how did you find my account? And it just led to this, oh, well, I'm just watching Apex, and I was thinking about getting back into it. And I was like, oh, well, how long did you play for? So then we started talking about the season that he played in. We talked about his favorite character. And it was something where I think I had 8 different people watching me and people that didn't play Apex. And it just led to a whole conversation of not even me. I just saw them going back and forth. But I was keeping my eye on the chat, being like, hey, is there a question for me? Do I want to get in the middle of this? But these guys were just having an internal conversation.
Right.
Which some people, I don't want to say butt in, but there's some conversations obviously in your chat that people are having amongst themselves that you just let brew. You let them just hang out, which people want to have too. But I always kept in mind, and it just started with a simple, oh, hey, Popcorn Maker, I don't think I've seen you in my chat before. It was just a simple, easy conversation, acknowledging that they're there, And even the times where and I think like a week later passed, and then I was just like, oh, Popcorn Maker, I saw you last week. We're talking about this. And he's like, yeah, and I'm actually playing Horizon Dawn or whatever. So then I stopped by his channel, and now I'm following him, and it's just a simple, I follow you, you're interesting to me, and I helped him, he helped me, and every time I see him or vice versa, he's going to at me and we're going to have a conversation about something. So not just in my streams, but in all of our friends. I think I've had a conversation with him in TL stream.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the. We love Popcorn. We definitely love Popcorn.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely a good guy.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing I wanted to ask is how different from a grind as far as affiliation to pre-affiliation would you say? Do you think it was harder for affiliation, or do you think, hey, about this time I struggled, or now that I'm here, let's see what this shit's about?
Kind of. I think I started Twitch right as the whole COVID thing hit. Like Nebraska, like shut down. Restaurants were closed. We couldn't leave our place. So I saying out of convenience, I created a Twitch account, but I really did. And then I got on that affiliate grind like every single day. And then I think it took me about a month, and then I got it, and then things started opening up. So once I hit it, I'd say it's a 180 to answer your question. Like I was telling you earlier, I don't have I hate saying the time to stream, but like I'm honestly doing my full time job with my career, and then after 4 p.m. every day, I'm at Top Golf making really really good money, and I don't get out until probably 1 o'clock in the morning. So my streaming time is literally 1 a.m. and by that time I'm dead. I'm ready to crawl in bed and just pass the hell out.
You should do Top Golf content, man.
They're too corporate. I've asked them if I could do like what's it called, GoPros. I would 100% love to do that, but because it's such a big corporate kind of corporation deal, there's all kinds of lawsuit shit, and they're like, well, we don't think people would be comfortable with that, so we by the books just can't do that either. Because I would absolutely love to do that. I think it'd be fun as hell. Because half the time I'm in the bays where people are golfing, I'm playing golf with them. Because
Right.
one, someone doesn't know how to play, or I'm asking if I see someone that's not having a good time, I'm going to be like, hey, do you guys want me to show you how to chip a ball, how to use a driver? Or if I think someone is hitting really well, I'm going to jokingly be like, I want to see if I can hit further than you, or vice versa, so then I'll have a contest with these guys. So I'm just going to make this conversation or this situation a little more fun for everybody. So I would 100% love to do that, but
Drew's just trying to golf the whole time. We see you,
dude,
sir.
it's fun.
We see you.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And my job is probably the easiest job I've ever had. Because when you're like, because we're called bay hosts. So then I literally have like a tablet that I can ring everything in. So my job is essentially to ring in all the items, obviously greet, tell all the stuff that I have to do. But we have drink runners, we have food runners. So I'm in charge of like 5 tables or bays, whatever you want to call it. And essentially people bring everything out there. So my job is to talk, sometimes flirt, and just have a good time with these people while I'm also making really good money.
That sounds like a beautiful damn job.
Dude,
Good
it
job,
is.
sir.
It is. So yeah, I got my full-time job, and then that one is just my night job because I'm done with my career by 4 o'clock. So when I'm doing my full-time job, I'm usually out there making more money.
Now, since you don't necessarily stream as often as others, are you still doing it as additional cash, or are you just doing it for the interaction? What's
Just
the reason?
100% the interaction.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to be honest. If I have gotten a paycheck from Twitch, I wouldn't even know about it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that to diminish Twitch and not say I don't appreciate the company at all. I'm not saying that at all. But I go on Twitch, I see my friends, I'm going to say hi to them. If I have the time to stream, like today when I had nothing, I could have streamed if I wasn't cooking all day today, but it's not the money at all. Like that is so far behind the motivations, I guess, that it's not even on the table really.
I understand. I understand
It's
that as
fun.
well.
It's fun. I met some really cool people, like TL. Like I said, you said TL was going to be a podcast, and that just made me so happy because I think the last time I saw him stream, sadly, was when he was playing The Last of Us 2, right
That
before
was,
Joel
that was
died.
a while ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was
Yeah.
a very long time ago. But that's how just hectic. Because I had to move a new apartment. I just bought a brand new car. I've just been so busy. I just don't have the time as much as I wish I did.
Still are you, man? It's
Yeah.
still again OG originals,
Mm-hmm.
and we still love your presence, man. Even when you do make it some time to see little TL here and
Oh
see
yeah.
how he's grown to big TL. It's such a
That's what I'm
beautiful.
saying, man. True the Godfather, man.
Oh
He
yeah.
Yeah,
taught me a lot, so
said Godfather,
Mm-hmm.
Godfather True.
Yep.
No, I mean
like
I've definitely stepped in. Me and Drew, we've had real conversations. We've had
Mm-hmm.
political conversations
Yes.
where post people don't talk politics in
Oh yeah.
any form or fashion. So I mean, it is what it is. We
And the best
and
thing is we have those conversations and there's no ill will. It's just like, hey, this is how I feel about it. Here's why. Oh, you have this position. Well, what do you think about this twist on it? Like you and I had a full blown conversation,
yeah,
and it was
absolutely.
100% adult. Oh, cool. You feel that way? Great. We may not agree on things, but I still appreciate you.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's how it should
absolutely.
be.
Yeah, and I know, especially talking the shenanigans that can be had in Twitch chat, and it all depends on how a person reacts. Like read
Oh,
the
100%.
room.
Yep.
Like if you're able to take this person legitly and be able to have a whole fucking conversation, then fucking by all means go
Oh,
for it.
yeah.
But there are some who can't handle that pressure.
Yeah.
Definitely
I'll
some
even
who
give
can't.
the forewarning. I'm just like, hey, if you want to have this conversation, I'm not here. I'm not going to be throwing blows, but I'm not saying this stuff to hurt your feelings. This is just how I feel. And some
Yeah.
people can have that conversation, and some people just they want to not want to get upset, but they take things so seriously. It's just like I can feel a certain way. You can't tell me how I need to feel or think about a certain position because that's just crazy.
Right.
But and that's something that I really do like about Twitch too, is because I've had those serious conversations, not just with you, but multiple people, and it's nice. That's how I've gotten really close with people. It's great.
Yeah, I prefer where everyone can be adults
Yeah.
about conversations. It's a great, beautiful thing.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, I definitely appreciate when others are able to do so,
Hmm.
and it still be fantastic or whatever fucking type of conversation that is being had.
It
That
is.
it's not going to be so damn detrimental to everyone's whole damn day
Hmm.
that they'll be like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. He said this, and I feel all this way. Ah, get over yourself.
Yep. Hey, Blue. Just out of curiosity,
That's what I'm saying.
like I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, but like with TL, like I think he came to me quite a lot with questions, and I helped him out as much as I could. Who was probably somebody to you that helped you out, gave you the tips that really helped you get to where you are today, and even called you out on stuff? You're just like, hey, do not do that, or I would absolutely not be doing this, and here's why. Like, what were some of those examples?
You know what? I have people who shit on me all day, all night. No,
is he one of them?
yes, exactly. Um, honestly, I am very open to critical conversations, and
Constructive
especially
criticism.
when, oh yeah, absolutely.
Dude, that's such a not yeah, and like I hate tying it back to that conversation you and I had, but like it's not like we're critiquing anybody, but like there's so many people that just cannot take a constructive criticism. It's
Yeah,
just like, hey, don't do this when I'm gonna get butt hurt. I'm like, no, I'm telling you this because I want to see you succeed.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. And there have been, I've taken good advice, terrible advice. No, I've honestly reached out to others and like, yo, what are your thoughts? Because this is my thoughts. Um, People who have had those conversations, I've talked to Miss Dorky Duo Designs, Miss Allie. I've talked to Rec. I've talked to TL. I've talked to Pinkman.
Yeah.
I especially when I've talked to fucking Influ. Influ definitely knows. I'll talk his fucking ear off. Um, it's
Only got a
because
half a year left.
facts. Um, it's because when I have an idea and I'm like, dude, this could be great.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Zeus, man. OG original Zeus. I used to fucking talk his damn ear off. He has a half a year left too. Um, and be like, yo, Zeus, I love this content that you're throwing out. What about this? And yo, I love this particular aspect. What about this? And I'm like, yo, what do you think about this? And especially Influ. Influ will know. I mean, especially since I've known him forever in the damn decade.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, I'm thinking about the game show. This is what I want to do. It's like, all right, I'm thinking about doing a twist. This is my thoughts. What do you think? Like, how could this work? How can this? Because the when I come up with shit, I also try to come up with the bad parts. Yo, this is what how I think it could fail.
Yeah.
Fix my brain to tell me how it can't. Like on this part.
And that's such
Same
an entrepreneur way of thinking things. That's great.
is it. I mean, you have to be nowadays. Same thing with this podcast, man. I've had this idea, and I was like, I think this could be something. I really do think that this could be something unique, something that people aren't necessarily doing or taking their time to do for just us little guys. I mean, we've all started more or less in the same boat.
Yep.
We've some of us have been able to do a lot more, some of us have not, but we're all still sticking around and doing what we do.
Yep.
And to be able to shine and put some light to others who may have never known. I mean, for example, when Pink found TL, and TL, the same with Pink. They had no idea who each other were
Yep.
previously, and
And now
TL
we
was
game
like,
almost every day.
right, exactly. And
No,
TL
it's
was
crazy.
like, dude, who the fuck is this Pink guy? He was like, he told me, he was like, yeah, he said he heard me on the pod. And I was like, yeah, he's a fucking great dude, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you have to listen to this guy. He's phenomenal. And then later, Pink comes up on the pod as well.
I wonder if he's got his American accent down yet.
No.
don't do that.
You know what? The
Don't
funny,
do that.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but one day, because if you guys don't know, he's European.
Yes.
Pink was doing a stream where he was trying to learn and pronounce words,
Oh,
and
God.
I thought it was the funniest fucking bit. Because he was, because I remember.
And he's legitimately trying.
Yeah, well, it's not like he doesn't know English. Like his English, especially
It's
from where
phenomenal.
he is very, very good. But his accent does come out sometimes.
That
Or he
pronunciation
can't.
is just.
Yeah. So exactly. So I remember we were playing Fall Guys one day, and I said, "Man, I keep literally dying," and he goes, literally. I go, well, I mean, I say literally because we're saying it fast, and I said, but the way you pronounce it is literally, and he goes, oh, so literally. I'm like, oh my god, I love you, Pink. Pink, you're dying. I love it. You're making me die, man. So
Yeah.
but yeah, his ideas. I've never met anyone more, I guess,
Artistic,
creative.
man.
Yeah,
And creative. I told y'all,
he
he is
is
by
one of the
far.
most creative streamers, and he makes it work. So
Yes. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, true. When you asked, have I talked to and tried to, get the motivations, the extra ideas, the conversations that can spark new content, a lot of these fellas, like, there's always something that sparks with me regarding someone. Like Kai, for example. There's a guy named Kai. Boy is a musician. He fucking goes ham in video games. He's just an overall fantastic dude. But he's also wonderful. Like, he can actually sing. Like, that boy will blow shit out the water. And I'm like, yo, this is phenomenal content.
Mhm.
When I first ran into Pink, and I'm like, dude, this dude is creative as all hell, man. Like, and some of the random things that he does, it all works. All of it. It all fucking works.
For some reason.
Some
Yeah.
people just get it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just talent in its finest, man. It's just
Some
taking
people
a couple
have like
things.
you know, let's bring it back full circle. Some people can grow beards, some can't. Some have
Yeah.
it on
Facts.
Twitch.
Facts.
Some people
Facts.
have it on Twitch, and some people don't, man.
Yeah.
Hey TL, do you know my buddy Zach Tunes?
Of
Oh yeah,
course,
we know
of course.
Zach.
I'm sub to that guy.
Zach. So like right now, Zach, RD, and Glenn are probably the three guys. Like if I stop into like right now, RD's streaming. If I stopped in his stream, I'm gonna see Glenn or Zach in their chat, and it's the same way. Like we're like I hate calling us like a squad or anything, but honestly, like anytime I stop in anyone's, like we follow each other essentially. When I stop in RD's chat, everyone else is in there. When I stop in Zach's chat, RD and Glenn are there, and vice versa. But Zach just blows me away when he does his music streams because I'm literally watching a guy that can play every single instrument, tie them all together, and make this beautiful song. I'm always just blown away that I'm just like, I'm watching this guy literally be a producer. And I just get to watch this crazy shit that I don't even know what the hell's happening. But just I'm going back to that Pink comment, but I'm blown away honestly that Zach doesn't have this massive upbringing yet, but I think he will just because it's amazing.
Yeah, he definitely has talent.
Yeah,
by far.
he's fun.
Especially
Yeah,
me and Influia, we both went to school for music, so we
nice.
definitely the same thing that he does,
Mhm.
we can do as well.
Mhm.
And it's talent, man. Like
Mhm.
to be able to see other guys do extra shit, not just game.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is. It is.
That's what I'm trying to do, man. That's my main focus. Is like I don't want to be stuck to one game. You know, like everyone. Like all those Tim Tapman guys, they're all known for their BRs, all known
Right.
for the shooters and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And they can go off now because they have the following, and whatever you do, there are going to be people that follow you. But for us, like guys, like small guys, like True likes to play Apex, but if he says, "Hey, fuck it, one day I'm going to play this game," I don't know how his stream works too much, but he every time I hop into Truebeard, he's playing Apex. So,
Yep.
But some people want to be like that. Like the other day, I had a personality stream, so it was like I took a bunch of personality tests, and like I did a stream, or I did the human reaction test. I don't know if you guys have heard of that before, or the human test.
Mhm.
And it's just like, yeah. So I don't want to be stuck to one game, the entire time. I want to be able to, like do a Bob Ross stream like I did about 2 weeks ago, where I just followed a tutorial on Bob Ross and do this and do that. So, there's certain things that people want to do, and then like I want to break that mold. But they say it's really hard when you're trying to be a variety streamer, like young. So,
I think the people are there. Here's the thing. I agree with True when he says people are there for you first, game second.
Yep, 100%.
Like if you're there being able to be a actual phenomenal person, a great guy on screen, girl on screen. I was trying to say stream and screen at the same damn time. That does not work. Fuck that. But if you are being a personality first and you're able to captivate an audience first, then variety can come because they're there to see you. That's probably one of the best things about nobody wants to see me play 2K all day, all night, playing a basketball game and have good games, have bad games. But if I'm talking about some random ass shit and we were all laughing and joking and have a conversation. Then you're like, oh shit, and I can be a part of this conversation. Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
Let's stick around and joke with these people back and forth.
Yep.
And
And that's the
that's it.
oh god.
No, no,
Going
you're
back
good.
going back to TLs, like that's the and I hate bringing up this excuse over and over, but like the only times that I do have to stream, I'm just like, God, I have time. I have an hour to play any video game, and if I had the time, I'd be like, okay, I want to play Smite, I want to play Hollow Knight, some Fall Guys, or even just a new game that I've never even heard of on stream or Steam. And I'm just like, God, I have an hour to kill. I want to play a game that I want to play. And the one thing that I wish I would have done is like in my free time, I wish I would have just done like an IRL stream and just have like what you just said. I'm just like I just went online and I wish I would have been like, hey, let's talk about anything. That way I
Yeah.
can have TL, Zach, RD, Glenn, and God knows how many other people where I'm just like, hey, let's just talk about spaghetti. Like the worst
Yes.
spaghetti you've ever had. Like
I just
literally
had
anything.
spaghetti. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But and this is tying back to that personality thing. I'm just like, yeah, like, do I really think people are going to be going out of my way or their way to stop in this? But like, probably not. But you know what? I have a good group of people that may host me. They may bring in some of their friends, and then guess what? I might end up with like 21 followers talking about fucking spaghetti.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about Twitch.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I still think that there are people who can pull off variety. Yeah, honestly, man, you're one of the cats who I believe can. Especially,
Yes.
you know, we walk into your stream and you're fucking with a swan and fucking throwing things.
Yeah,
at
you and
people.
Candy.
Yeah.
I every time I saw her online, she was playing this freaking geese or swan game. Like, what the hell is this? She was like
Yeah,
getting
Untitled.
grocery items.
Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, and like trying to
I
drop
don't-
them in a basket. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Because the way that I see it is, you can do one of two things or three things or whatever, but I don't want to sit down and stream the same game over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me personally. Two,
Yeah.
I could sit down and play Modern Warfare and play League of Legends and play all these big ass games, and I do enjoy playing them, but it's not what I feel is interactive towards chat. It's not what I feel like is interactive for my stream. So that's why I choose not to play those games on stream. And like I guess that's like one or like there might be another thing, but like the hardest part for my stream is knowing what I want to do next. It might, like, no joke, it might be 5 minutes before stream and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just play this game. Or it might be 3 days in advance where I'm like, okay, on Sunday or Sunday or Monday, whenever I stream, I'll do this, and I try to plan out ideas and stuff like that. So it just, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and like True said, the more you switch up, the more people are like, I thought you played this game, I thought you played that game. But the true people that want to come back are the ones that don't care what game you're playing and want to be a part of stream. So
it's that personality. Yeah. And to tie into your thing again, the one time I did a 24-hour stream, I think it was like 3 a.m. Just who the hell was up? I think I had 3 viewers. But I remember Glenn actually made a comment. He was just like, can you play a different game? And it wasn't like him being mad or upset, but I think I was at like 13 hours of just playing Apex and like watching YouTube videos. But I bet you 95% of that 13 hours was just Apex. So to land on your part, it is nice to change that up because one, you might get a new group, and two, like, I'm not saying my personality is bland or anything, but you know what? Like sometimes you need that difference to just engage in that stream. Just like, oh my God, you're doing this. So it might be refreshing to not be a completely variety streamer, but like, hey, have like 3 things in your basket.
Right.
Because like I typically play right now, I think the only 2 games I really do play and switch between is like Smite and Apex. But I would say probably 8 out of 10 times, maybe even 9 out of 10 times, I'm playing Apex.
Right.
So that variety is nice, but as soon as Glenn made that comment, and I'm thinking about it like more recently, I'm just like, maybe I do need to switch it up. Like, I hate seeing the same thing every single time. Like, I love playing Apex, but I know if I'm having let's say even just 5 people watching me. I don't want to be. I don't know what the best way to say this, but
Stark.
accommodating. Yes, that might be
Yeah.
the best one. So I
Pigeonhole.
get it. Yeah.
And I mean, I feel you there. I definitely feel you there. No, for some who are extraordinary at those particular games or play a game and it's just going to take over their life for a bit, I get it. Like, hey, but if you're looking for additional viewership, it can be hard.
Yep. Yeah.
Unless they're there for your personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like my mentality is let's see how many people I can branch into, right? Where it's like one night just chatting, one night this game, one night that game, you know, or music and arts or whatever the fuck. It's just one of those things where it's like I wanted to try like a taste of every piece of, you know, whatever's on my plate. But I feel like at some point I'll have to like, you know, stick to something,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
It could be my favorite thing to eat, but I know I will always be a taster, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Taste challenge.
I've got my charcuterie, and I like to eat off my little small plate.
Right.
So I got a question for both of you guys.
What's up?
What was probably the number one best piece of advice that you've received from a different Twitch streamer? About anything. It could be talking about chat, it could be talking about gameplay, it could be something that's OBS related, anything. What is probably the number one piece of advice that you've been like, that has helped me out so much?
Go ahead, Blue.
I'd say early people would say don't do follow for follow. Obviously, it's not a way to grow a community.
No.
In my personal opinion, I would say the best advice was keep it fresh. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are doing the same thing. You can still do the same thing, but keep the content fresh, regardless of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're playing the same game, cool, great. People can come back for the same shit, or especially if you know they're there because of the game. If they're there because of the game, keep it fresh. What can you do within this game, especially if it's an older game, to do something that someone might not recommend you do? But yeah, that's what I would say. Keep it fresh. What about you?
So, mine comes from the Godfather over here on the special guy for tonight. Dude, I just wanted to, while you were talking, I wanted to pull something up. So this is a DM that I sent Truebeard, and it says, "Amen. Thanks for hitting me up. LOL. Just wanted to say thank you for all the help. You've changed me. You have changed so much. Wait, sorry. Goddamn. Can I type or speak English? I don't know. You have changed so much towards a passion I have, and it's only for the better. I hit affiliate yesterday,
Yep,
and that was
I remember.
That was May 31st, 2020.
Yep, I'm looking at that right now.
And that was stupid for me. Like, just hitting that achievement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Truebeard was the first guy to tell me, he goes, I forget, well, let me make sure that I say it correctly, and not, or to the T, I guess, is he was like, just go out there and do it. Just keep streaming. Like, everyone, you know, go help out TL. Like, he's a new streamer. And from there on, I was like, okay, like, what do I do for this? What did I do for that? And so it was like many questions of like, how do I retain viewership? How, you know, and he was just like, the same thing that we've been talking all podcasts is like, be nice to people, engage with chat. You know, he helped me out with sound alerts. He helped me out with this. Like, I'm serious. I can't thank this guy enough for as much help as he gave me. So if I can bundle everything up into one nice little package, it's definitely Truebeard that helped me.
I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that. Well, like, I remember, I think one of the conversations before you hit affiliate, I think you and I were talking about what we wanted to get out of Twitch. And honestly, I just wanted to be that guy that, one, people would be like, hey, I'm new to Twitch, so-and-so. Like what you did with Icy, that's a perfect example. I believe it was you. I'm almost positive it was you.
Yeah,
But
probably.
Icy messaged me one day. I don't remember if it was on Discord or just in my stream. But she's like, "Hey, TL sent me your way. You said that you could. TL said that you could help me out, getting things going." And I was just like, "Oh hell yeah!" So from that day on, every time I saw her or whenever she saw me, I'd be in her chat or vice versa. But it was just that situation of just like, "Hey, I want to be that person that people are going to go to for help, tips, tricks, just growing your brand." And that's another thing that I hate that I don't, I'm not, I don't want to say not making the time for, but it honestly is. Like, I want to be that person so badly, but I just don't have the time to because if I'm not working, I am sleeping, which is not a good rotation, but I'm putting in the work now so I can relax later.
Yep.
But I want to be that person that people can go to, one to be comfortable with, and that word of mouth. I think I've had 4 people that have been, "Hey, so and so told me to stop by because you were able to help them out for X, Y, and Z reasons." I wanted to be that person, and Icy was a big reason or a perfect example of that. So that was probably the biggest thing I wanted to get out of Twitch. Honestly, was just, I'm like, yeah, Tim the Tatman's great and he's making X amount of dollars and he's doing great. But once I hit affiliate, I was just like, the money wasn't the biggest reason. Like what we talked about in the very beginning of this, like if I got a paycheck from Twitch, cool. If it hit, cool, but I have no idea how much money I made off of this. I'm not counting. Like that's
Yeah.
not the reason why I'm doing this.
Right.
So
Well, Sir True Godfather, it's about that time. I'd want to ask, man, or you know what? Let's do some good old shout outs. What anything you want to shout out? Obviously, shout out your channel, all the above.
You want me to go first since I'm special guest here, and then we can
oh
let.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. I'll take it.
All
Sure,
right,
sure,
perfect.
absolutely.
Just we'll let you sign off with it. So yeah, I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/TL1223 or 1223. I'm getting my YouTube up, same thing, TL1223, and yeah, and then just everyone go follow Truebeard, man. He's the guy of the night, so go show him some love, and thank you, Blue and Influ, for the invite again. Really appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely, man. It's definitely a pleasure. True, what about you, bruh?
Right now, the biggest thing, I think Zach. I hate saying they're in a good spot. Zach always needs all the love that he can get for the reasons that I talked about earlier. I think both of what we talked about music wise, like I really want to see everyone succeed because that's just such a good talent. So like you guys, I want to give, that was how short notice this was. Honestly, is like the best case scenario for me. So you guys, I love that you guys got this all together. I think Glenn right now is trying to hit 200 followers. I think he needs as much help as he can get because he's been trying for like 2 weeks. So if we can give Glenn, what's his? Let me find his.
It's Glenn_gaming.
Yep,
Glenn,
Glenn
yeah,
underscore gaming.
Glenn,
Even if it's
Glenn
just a
S,
follow.
Glenn
Yeah.
S_gaming.
Yes. So if we can help him out, that'd be great. But yeah, Blue, TL, RD, everybody that is doing extremely well right now, if we can just keep that momentum up, I think that'd be great. I don't want to get into spoilers or anything, but do you guys have locked in the next person that you guys are booking next week?
I have everything. Yes,
Hell
but
yeah.
I won't
Yes.
release all that info
Oh, dude, you're
until a
good.
little
You're good.
later.
I was just curious. No, that's great. I love hearing this. Like this was fun. I really liked. I think Icy was telling me about one of the podcasts that I don't remember if she was just a part of or what, but she was just like, I wasn't expecting to have such a good time, and it honestly was. Like I loved all the questions. They were interactive, and I was saying it was like our political conversations, but they were all this was really great. Loved it, and we all had different viewpoints, and it's going to help somebody out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, True, we definitely appreciate you. We're still going to drop your link in the chat as well.
Perfect.
Even if you won't necessarily shout yourself out, and you would rather show the love to the others.
Of course.
I mean, that's what the Godfather does.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
we will definitely still be able to show a little bit of love if people want to check you out. I know you've not been able to stream as often, but anytime you do, they'll be able to at least give you some love as well.
Great. Love it.
Definitely. Well, thank you again, man, for coming on to the show. Definitely appreciate you, TL. Thank you again for coming back.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate everybody for the many votes that went your way for the love and the support on
Yeah,
our
shout out
Twitter
them,
as
man.
well. Facts, man. Shout out the
Yeah,
fucking
shout
audience.
out the fam, the CUSP fam.
Yeah, it's good shit, man. But thank y'all both.
Hey, thanks for having me, Matt.
Absolutely.
Thank you once again for all our regulars, our CUSP family, for tuning into another episode of The CUSP. And if you're new, hey, welcome to our family. We hope you enjoyed yourself. And please remember, rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Also, please, and I'm begging you, please, go on to our Twitter. We have links for all of our guests, and we also have links to support us, to help us keep this podcast going. Let's keep this movement going. You can reach us at Twitter at @CUS_podcast, Instagram, CUS Podcast, CUS Podcast, and YouTube as Connecting Unknown Streamers Podcast. Shoot us an email at cuspodcast@gmail.com. As always, have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. This has been a BB&F production.
On next week's episode of the Cuss Podcast, we have Project Napalm. And today, hold on, I feel like I'm about to sneeze.
Everybody makes that weird fucking face right before they sneeze.
Oh,
That is true.
I've definitely seen people where they do the weirdest things too, where it's like they try to hold it back no matter what they can.
Secondly, we go over napalm and what it takes to improve to be a great.
I'm the person that always likes to improve. I am the person that wants to learn new things consistently. I mean,
And lastly, we have the kicker.
every day we just want to try to continue to improve, which is always the big kicker.